All right, everybody. Good morning. Sitting here behind the computer, getting ready to make this Webasto for the Ford Transit install video. Couple things. Toward the end, you're going to notice that I'm really hard to look at because I had a busted blood vessel in my eye. I don't remember which one it was. And anyway, it looks like somebody punched me in the eye, but I don't know why it happened. So anyway, so I apologize for that in advance. As I'm getting ready to make the video, I'm like, man, there's some stuff I need to tell people that I probably didn't cover in the videos or it wasn't real clear. So I'm going to go over it in detail before we start. First of all, it's going to be a two-part video because it's way too long to put in one video and y'all would probably skip it and miss all the good stuff. The first video is going to be about dropping the gas tank. There are 6 bolts. You want to run your tank till you got about 10-15 miles to empty so it's easy to lower. You undo the bolts. You can literally hold it with one hand. All the tubing and native lines are long enough and flexed enough to where you can actually set the thing down on the ground. There's the normal clip that's on the top of the auxiliary fuel input. There's a tube that's already there by Ford that goes down 3/4 of the way into the tank, so you can't ever run your tank dry. I ordered from Ford, according to the parts book, this. Here's the part number. See the dash B? They said the dash B is for the 2020 Ford Transit high roof. Well, when you get it, it's got a clip that's blue. It's also got a little tube in there. And I'm like, what the hell is this tube for? So I call the guy. I'm like, do I just throw this tube away? He goes, shouldn't have a tube in there. That's for the diesel. I go, well, that's the one you sold me for 40 bucks or 30 bucks or whatever the hell it was. So Ford has it wrong in their manual. The dash A is for, same part number, dash A, that's a yellow clip, which you will see in the videos, is for the gas model. If you have a diesel, it doesn't have the tube that goes down, so you have to attach that little tube to the nipple that you then put into the top. And I've never been on top of a diesel, never owned a Ford diesel, couldn't tell you what it looks like. You're gonna have to go find somebody else's videos. But anyway, so once you open the package, they won't take it back, even though they gave you the wrong damn part number. So learn from my mistakes, save you 40 bucks. Do not get the dash B if you have a gas one. The other thing you're gonna notice is that in the videos, you're gonna see me in different places, underneath the van, inside the van, showing the controls in different spots. That's because we took my personal van, which is a Ford Transit high roof, Transit high roof extended. We also have 2 other ones that we're building out for customers. So I have 3 different vans that we're putting Webastos in all at the same time. And so at different stages, we jumped under the vehicle with the camera, or we were drilling holes, or we were doing different things and kind of piecemealed them all together to make one video. So that's why you're gonna see the fuel pump may look like it's bolted to a different spot under the van, but the theory of how you connect everything is still the same. The video number 2 is going to be not about the fuel tank and the nipple, but how do you actually mount the unit itself. So anyway, I wanted to go into clarity on that because I know a lot of people will send messages on other videos and say, why is this? And I just figured it'd be easier to clarify it in 1 or 2 minutes. Also, it says 5-minute tips and tricks. There's no way in hell you can put all the information that you're going to need to install a Webasto heater in 5 minutes and really understand it. So it's not rocket science. It's very easy. After you've done 2 or 3 of them, you're like, why would anybody pay $500 or $600 to get this thing installed? So anyway, we're gonna get after this. So I'm gonna upload this video. This will be at the preface of probably both videos, just so if someone accidentally clicked on part 2, they'll know that there's a part 1, even though it's gonna say part 2 at the header somewhere. So I'm trying to keep everybody informed, and we got a lot of Ford Transit videos coming out. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, because there's a ton of stuff we're gonna be putting out about the Ford Transit, because we will be doing 3 of them basically at the same time. So we got a lot of information to pass on. So anyway, hope this helps everybody, and stay tuned. All right, we're doing the Webasto heater on the Ford Transit. Let me show you some things. This is the little clippy thing that you get. I'm gonna look away from it so I can see. This yellow part pulls out. Try to hold this between my legs so I can show you. this pulls out. And then when you squeeze these blue things together, squeeze these together, it opens the port. You don't have to squeeze them together to put it on. You just gotta push it down and then close the clip. It's barbed here. I used a piece of hose that I got from the numbers 11037 Hale ID Thailand something from AutoZone. Put a little bit of soap on the outside of the fitting of this piece so that the hose will slide on. It's really tight. You got to really work it on there. But it's got the same ID tubing as the stuff that comes with it. The problem is the tubing that comes from Webasto is too thick and dense and it won't slide over that fitting, so that you don't have to buy their little fitting, which they gave me the part number and I called one of their distributors and they told me it was a Y fitting, so they got it screwed up somewhere in their system. Put that on there, slip this hard tubing that comes from Webasto inside this hole like that and put a ring clamp on it. There cannot be any leaks. Once you put it on, you should be able to blow into this tube in like you're blowing air in your gas tank, and it should not blow because your air tank and everything is sealed. If you can blow out, there's a leak somewhere. The other thing is when you cut this stuff, do not cut it with scissors. Scissors squeeze and pinch and it closes that hole on the end. You want to use like an X-Acto knife and just cut it straight down, a really sharp one, and then look on the end of it. I blow into it like this. You can't tell, but put it to your ear. And if you huff and puff, you'll feel the little bit of air going in your ear. You'll know that the ends are not smushed and crimped and that the tube is open. So we're gonna mount the tube to this piece with our clamp, everything nice and tight with about 4 feet of slack. Reach up underneath there, get the old one off. You gotta like pop it off, squeeze those side pieces, pull it off. It's a pain in the butt. Once you get the old one off, snap the new one on, try to blow into it. Should not get any air out of you because your gas tank is sealed. And then you will put your tank back on, zip tie this to some wire loom, something underneath, and then mount your pump. Take this in, suck in until you get some gas in your mouth, spit it out. Then you know that this is already primed. Then you can plug this in to connect it with the existing tubing to your pump. Look at Jim, he's all tired. We've dropped 3 gas tanks today. My personal van and 2 other transits. The thing that sucks, if you don't test to see that you have a leak, the native tube only goes down 3/4 of the way into your tank. Your tank has to be almost empty so it's light enough when you drop it, you can still lift it and bolt it back up and everything. So we had one, we did everything. We didn't have a tight enough clamp on the top. We'd already gone to the gas station, filled it all the way full so that then it would have enough pressure to be able to pressurize the system. And then we had to get underneath there with blocks and unbolt it a little bit and use my little skinny hands to get up in there to redo the connection on the top, which is a total pain in the butt. So get everything wired up, test it ahead of time, put it on there, blow, you're good. Put your pump on, suck, you should get a steady stream of gas, plug it into the thing with the clamp on, then you'll be ready to rock and roll. Hope that helps people, because we definitely took the hard way on the first one. It's a little different. The ProMaster, the cap's right there on top. It's very easy to get to. Ford didn't do it that way, but anyway. All right, everybody have a good one. We'll update you at the end of day 14? Day 14. Clark is gone officially, so it's just us. Painters are coming on Wednesday, so we got to finish up some trim, mount our L brackets for our mule bags, because those totally rock, and we're not in the cabinet business that squeak and creak. And we're going to get Webasto heaters installed. So whenever we drop the... Was he making rabbit ears behind me? Okay. Anyway, so we'll keep y'all updated at the end of the day. Bye-bye. All right, here we are. We're getting ready to go under the van to mount the little nipple thing that goes on top of the gas tank to be able to pull the fuel for the Webasto heater. We are pressure testing, even in the snow, our tank, make sure doesn't have any leaks. Let's go under here and show you what this looks like. All right, so I got my little fitting with a piece of connection hose on top. This slips in there with a ring clamp on it. So go ahead and get that ready. I gotta cut this once I get them under there and use these for this little clamp. This you have to buy aftermarket, this hose. The hose they give you is really, really firm from Webasto, and it won't fit over the native Ford adapter or whatever. So I went to AutoZone, took it in there, said I need something this interior dimension, so this other little piece will slide into it. So this will slide into that, like that. And he went and found me something that was real soft, so I just used that. I think it was $6 a foot or something stupid. Anyway, let's go here. We can see what look at that. So, hope you can see that this right here is where I took, see if we can see that. That is where I took the little plastic cover off that's yellow. They sold me a blue one. The blue one did not fit. So we're gonna see if this one fits. So it should just slip on, which it does. Awesome. We're gonna have the tube come out the back. It goes on. Push this little yellow clip forward. And it's locked on. Let me move over here. Sorry for the crappy angles, but I want y'all to see this. Can you see how that fits on there? Hopefully so. You just push it on. You slide that little yellow Ford thing, it clips around the base of it. It'll still wiggle up and down a little bit, but it doesn't come off. You can definitely tell that it's seated on there. Now, what I'll do is put a ring clamp on there. I will stick this hose into here and then put the ring clamp on it, and then this will go, this long skinny hose is what will go to, y'all, me, I'm probably shining in your faces. Turn this stupid thing off. Anyway, if you couldn't see me, sorry for the angle. That little clip goes on there, put a ring clamp on, slide the Webasto hard tubing in there, run yourself about 3 or 4 feet, wherever you're gonna need it to, cut it, and then you put your fuel pump on and tie it all together. So anyway, that's how simple this is. It's 6 bolts that hold this bad boy up with brackets that crisscross underneath. They kind of go into these holes, and I just have it sitting on a gas can on that side. I ran my tank down to 33 miles to empty. It's basically about 2 gallons of gas, gallon and a half, whatever, if you're counting fuel mileage. But anyway, it was light enough to where, look, I mean, it's definitely movable. And with 2 people, it's much easier than 1, but it can be done. So anyway, that's all there is to putting in a Webasto heater, we hope. Whoa, we'll check it out in a minute.